Hi everyone, it's your favorite physical therapist assistant, and I am so sorry. I've completely ghosted you guys for 3 years, but I am back now, and today I'm just going to be giving a life update on what's been happening with me. Do I regret becoming a PTA? The challenges that I face as a physical therapist assistant. I'm going to expose, got a little secret. I'm going to expose my salary, not really so much my salary, but my hourly wage as a new grad. And then also, I'm going to basically give you guys my goals and aspirations as a clinician. So starting with the life update, so much has happened. I had 2 job offers outside of my clinical rotations. Both of the clinical rotations that I had did offer me jobs. So I did get a big girl job. I also got married. After I accepted my big girl job, I changed jobs about 2.5 years down the road, just because I knew that the salaries were going to be very different as an experienced clinician now. So that's pretty much really been it. And then the most recent update is that I accepted a home health job as just some PRN to just get some extra money. And I'm going to probably do a separate video on that to basically tell you guys how it works, what to expect with home health and all that great stuff. So one of the big questions that I am asked a lot is, do I regret becoming a PTA? Heck no. I love what I do. I feel like I'm getting compensated for what I do. And I really, outside of documentation and stuff like that, I have no regrets. One of the biggest reasons I don't have regrets is because I love people. So if you're getting into this field and you're an introvert and you don't really like people, it's probably not the best decision for you. Yes, you can still have efficient treatments with being an introvert, but are your patients gonna like being around you as an introvert? Unless they're an introvert, probably not. I think creating a fun environment for the patients, just creating that fun environment makes them wanna come back. So cancellation rates might be high because you're dry. You have to be a people's person. You have to love helping people. Some of the things that I will say as a DPT, there's more complaints because you go $100,000. You know, most people go $100,000 in debt and kind of don't make that outside of it. So they don't feel like they're compensated. But as a PTA, you know, not having a lot of debt outside of school, for an associate's degree, it's compensating me pretty well. And I love what I do. I love helping people. So no, I do not regret becoming a PTA. This is like such a dream job for me, working in the medical field, helping people. Like, there's really nothing more I can ask for. So what are the challenges of being a PTA? My number one challenge, and I'm gonna say about 70 to 80% of clinicians will say this, is documentation. Documentation is terrible. It's horrific. I hate it. Me and documentation do not get along. I am like the opposite of documentation. We don't mix. It's like, yeah, no. I don't like being behind the screen. I don't like that whole, it just gives me, I'll do it and I understand the necessity of it. But if I could get a scribe, I would love my job 10 times more. And I'm not saying that just to say it, but if I can just treat my patients and someone document it for me, I would easily take on, 3, 4, 5 patients at a time, because documentation is one of those things that you got to have good time management skills. And sometimes what I will do is, if, I am treating people, I prefer to just chat, to be honest. I prefer to be present in the moment of treatment. I prefer to connect with my patients. So I do fall behind on documentation, but luckily I have a job that basically gives me a couple hours on the weekend to document, and I'm paid for it. And I'm so grateful for that. So next, I'm going to expose my hourly wage outside of a new grad. So the first job I accepted outside of, being in school. The hourly wage was $27 an hour. And that was reasonable for what most new grads were getting paid in my area. I did have another job offer for $25 an hour, and I just couldn't see myself doing it because this specific clinic, I'm not gonna name no names. This specific clinic, who had a very high dosage of patients that I would probably be treating 3 to 4 patients an hour offered me $25 an hour. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna get burned out as a clinician. You're basically paying me bare minimal, and I'm not comfortable doing that. So I did accept a job that I only treat 2 patients an hour pretty much, and that was great. Like, I felt well compensated for what I was doing. I mean, of course, you know, the amount of work that we do and what we do, will we ever get compensated for it? Probably not. I've had times where I was taking the first steps with the patients again, and that is just, you can't put any amount of money on that. Like, that's just a beautiful moment that what can they pay me for that? You get what I'm saying? So yeah, it's very meaningful. Maybe we should be getting paid more, but for the area that I'm living in, I live pretty well. I live okay. Yeah, so, you know, that is what I made as a new grad, coming out, accepting my first job as a new grad. And I had benefits, so that's a big thing to make sure you have benefits with whatever job you're accepting. So after I got 2 years of experience, and I literally put a reminder in my phone, 2 years of experience, just look for other jobs because I know the hourly wage is going to be so different. And that is exactly what I did. And it wasn't because I hated my job. I love my job. My boss was awesome. I have no complaints about my first job outside of school. But when I did go back and look at what I could be getting paid compared to what the company was paying me, because they were only giving me, you know, certain percentage raises, and it didn't equal to the experience that I had as a clinician. When I did go back and look, I got a really, really high increase in pay, and it was really something that I couldn't refuse. And that's just the millennial in me. I'm not gonna stay loyal to a company that is willing to pay me this, and this company is willing to pay me this and give me everything that company is giving me. As you know, as a young woman, I'm basically gonna go find my worth. As a millennial, I'm gonna go get my worth, and if someone can do it better and treat me better, I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna go with them. The company that I'm at now, I have no, like, I'm not looking for a new job. Like, I'm so well treated. I have a 4-3, meaning I work 4 days and I'm off 3 days, and it's just great. Like, I'm not looking for a job right now, and that's pretty much how it's gonna be. I am back in school, guys. I want to give just a cool statistic, but only 10% of PTAs go back to be DPTs, and I'm sure that's for a number of reasons. I'm guessing one of the main reasons is that you go $100,000 in debt. Most people go $100,000 in debt, but they don't quite make that. And the pay difference from a PTA to a DPT, it's different, of course, but you can definitely make $70,000 as a PTA. I've even seen people make $100,000 as a PTA, you know, with home health. So it's very flexible, and most people say it's not worth it to go back. I thought I would be content just being a PTA, but now as you know, have been working, I want to own my own clinic, and I don't want to be the underdog owning my own clinic. So I decided to go back to school to become a DPT. So you guys are going to see a lot more videos. I want to brand myself as a therapist. So you'll see, I'm going to make an Instagram page, but there's a lot to come. I want to start a podcast. I want to basically talk to some of the new grads. I want to get some new grads on the podcast and let them tell the experience of what they're experiencing and share my experience and give them advice. So if you guys are looking to join me on just a podcast segment, that would be great. Just inbox me or comment in the comment section down below. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I am so excited to just start this new journey. You guys are going to be seeing a lot more videos as I'm starting to brand myself as a therapist. So that way, when I do open my clinic, I already have a following. I already have people that somewhat trust me to be their therapist, and that starts here. So thank you guys so much for supporting me, and I will keep you guys posted and updated on the new things that are to come.